Today, we're delving into a different universe. The first rule of acquisition from the world of Star Trek's Ferengi culture. While the Ferengi are known for their profit-driven nature, this rule offers us a unique perspective to ponder. The first rule, once you have their money, never give it back, may seem ruthless on the surface, but beneath the veneer of profit lies a wealth of lessons that can be applied to our everyday lives. Howdy, I'm just some random nude dude, sitting in my closet talking to myself. It's also where I celebrate the power of free thinking and encourage bold ideas. As a society, we're often afraid to challenge the norms and think outside the box. But here, I embrace the unconventional. So sit back, relax, and join me on this journey of exploration, where we embrace our inner nude dude and push boundaries to discover new perspectives. In this discussion, we'll explore how this seemingly cutthroat rule can actually serve as a guide for us in making more responsible financial decisions. We'll dissect its various aspects, from financial responsibility and negotiation skills, to ethical considerations and the value of trust in our relationships. By the end of this exploration, you'll see that the first rule of acquisition, when examined in depth, is far more than just a lesson in greed. It's a reminder to approach our daily financial choices with wisdom, responsibility, and ethical integrity. So let's embark on this journey into the world of Star Trek and see what valuable insights we can glean from this intriguing rule. The Ferengi, known for their relentless pursuit of profit, have a unique set of guidelines called the rules of acquisition. These rules are their moral compass in business dealings, and they often appear ruthless on the surface. However, buried beneath their profit-driven mantra lie invaluable lessons that resonate with our everyday lives. In this discussion, we'll delve deep into the first rule, once you have their money, never give it back, and unravel its relevance in our daily existence. Beyond the pursuit of wealth, we'll explore how this seemingly cutthroat rule can serve as a guide for making more responsible financial decisions. We'll dissect its various facets, including financial responsibility, negotiating skills, ethical considerations, and the value of trust in our relationships. This exploration is not about embracing the Ferengi way of life or making sure their women walk around naked all the time, but rather about extracting the hidden wisdom that lies within their principles. The first rule challenges us to think critically about our finances, ethics, and relationships, and in doing so, we'll uncover a treasure trove of insights that can enrich our lives. So beam aboard as we boldly go where few have gone before and discover how the first rule of acquisition is more than just a lesson in greed. It's a reminder that, in our complex world, our actions should align with our principles of fairness, honesty, and responsibility, not only in our financial dealings, but in all aspects of our lives. The first rule of acquisition finds its origins in the rich and expansive Star Trek universe, particularly in the culture of the Ferengi. For those unfamiliar, the Ferengi are known for their profit-driven society and a set of guiding principles known as the rules of acquisition, and their large sensual ears. These rules serve as a code of conduct for Ferengi business dealings, and there are a total of about 285 of them, although the list seems to be growing. The first rule, once you have their money, never give it back, is one of the most well-known and often quoted of these rules. On the surface, it may seem ruthlessly profit-focused, but like many elements in the Star Trek universe, it carries a deeper layer of meaning. The Ferengi, led by their Grand Nagus and driven by the pursuit of profit, place an extremely high value on commerce and the accumulation of wealth. They prioritize personal gain and material success above all else. This first rule encapsulates their approach to business, acquiring capital and ensuring that it stays in their possession. For those outside the realm of science fiction, This rule might initially appear callous or even unethical. However, when we examine it in a broader context, it can serve as a source of valuable insights for our own lives. It encourages us to think more critically about our financial decisions, negotiating skills, ethical considerations, and the value of trust in our relationships. In essence, the first rule of acquisition is a springboard for exploring multifaceted aspects of our lives and decision-making, using the Ferengi's profit-driven perspective as a unique starting point. Financial responsibility is all about managing our resources wisely. This includes avoiding unnecessary debt and setting aside funds for the future. The first rule encourages us to think about how we handle our finances. Financial responsibility is the cornerstone of a stable and secure financial life. When we apply the first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, to our daily lives, it nudges us to be vigilant and mindful about how we manage our resources. This rule prompts us to handle our finances with care and prudence. It encourages us to avoid frivolous spending and impulsive financial decisions. Instead, it suggests that we consider how we allocate our resources and whether they are directed towards meaningful and valuable pursuits. Debt can become a financial burden if not managed properly. The first rule reminds us to steer clear of accumulating debt that isn't essential or strategic. By avoiding unnecessary debt, we maintain financial flexibility and freedom, allowing us to invest in opportunities that truly matter. While this rule might seem like it promotes hoarding money, it's more about saving and investing for the future. It encourages us to set aside a portion of our income for savings and investments that will provide long-term financial security and maybe eventually buy us a moon. Whether it's building an emergency fund or investing for retirement, this rule stresses the importance of planning for the future. Financial responsibility also involves making well-informed choices. It encourages us to do our homework before making significant financial decisions, such as investments or major purchases. By researching and understanding the potential risks and rewards, we can make choices that align with our financial goals. This aspect of financial responsibility relates to the idea of thinking before we spend. It encourages us to prioritize value over impulse purchases. Instead of giving in to immediate gratification, the rule nudges us to consider whether a purchase contributes to our long-term financial well-being and happiness. This first rule of acquisition, when applied to financial responsibility, is a reminder to approach our finances with wisdom and foresight. It emphasizes prudent management of resources, the avoidance of unnecessary debt, the importance of saving for the future, making informed choices, and prioritizing value over impulse. By integrating these principles into our financial decisions, we can better navigate the complex world of money and work towards achieving our financial goals. Negotiation plays a vital role in various aspects of our lives, from business dealings to personal interactions. The first rule highlights the importance of effective negotiation, knowing when to stand your ground, and ensuring that you get fair value for your money. Negotiation is a fundamental skill in our lives, whether we're haggling over prices at a flea market, discussing a salary raise with our employer, I jest, or even reaching a compromise in our personal relationships. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, offers valuable insights into how we can approach negotiations effectively. Negotiation is a key component in many of our interactions. It's not just about money. It's about finding mutually beneficial solutions. The first rule nudges us to be more skillful in our negotiations, ensuring that we secure the best possible outcome for ourselves. Part of effective negotiation involves knowing when to hold your position. The first rule encourages us not to be too quick to give in. In some situations, it might be in your best interest to stand your ground, ensuring that you're getting fair value for your money or efforts. Negotiation often involves presenting your case persuasively, Whether you're negotiating a business deal or discussing household chores with your partner, the ability to articulate your position clearly and convincingly is crucial. The rule encourages us to develop the art of persuasion in our negotiations. The essence of negotiation is to find solutions where all parties benefit. It's not about one side winning at the expense of the other. The rule reminds us to seek these win-win outcomes, fostering positive relationships and long-term cooperation. Negotiations can sometimes become tense, especially when there are differing opinions or interests involved. The first rule encourages us to remain composed and navigate these conversations with grace and respect. While we often associate negotiation with business or major life decisions, it can be applied to various aspects of our daily lives. From settling disputes with friends to getting the best deal on a new car, negotiation skills are versatile and valuable. The first rule of acquisition offers us valuable lessons in the realm of negotiation. It encourages us to become more skilled in negotiating effectively, knowing when to stand our ground, building strong arguments, seeking win-win solutions, navigating challenging conversations, and applying negotiation in various aspects of our lives. These skills empower us to make more informed and beneficial agreements and interactions, whether in business or our personal relationships. Contracts and agreements are a common part of our lives, from renting apartments to signing up for services. The first rule reminds us to read and understand the terms before we commit. It encourages us to be cautious about financial commitments. Contracts and agreements are part of our daily lives, from renting an apartment to accepting the terms and conditions of an online service. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, offers valuable insights into how we should approach these contractual relationships. The first rule encourages us to be vigilant when it comes to contracts and agreements. It underscores the importance of carefully reading and comprehending the terms before we commit to any agreement. This is not just about financial contracts. It applies to all kinds of agreements we enter into. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to make impulsive commitments without fully understanding the implications. The rule advises us to take our time, review the details, and think through the consequences before agreeing to anything. This can help us avoid situations where we later regret our decisions. Financial commitments often come with long-term consequences. Whether it's a loan, a mortgage, or an investment, the first rule reminds us to exercise caution. It's about considering the potential impact on our financial well-being and ensuring that we're making choices aligned with our goals. Sometimes contracts can be complex, and understanding the legal language might be challenging. The rule encourages us to seek legal advice when necessary, especially in significant financial or legal agreements. This ensures that we're fully aware of the terms and our rights and responsibilities. Contracts and agreements also come with rights and protections for all parties involved. The rule emphasizes the importance of being aware of your rights and not hesitating to assert them when needed. This is crucial in ensuring that the terms of the agreement are adhered to. Not every contract or agreement is in your best interest. The first rule reminds us that sometimes the best course of action is to walk away if the terms are not favorable. This is about safeguarding your financial well-being and ensuring that you're not stuck in commitments that don't benefit you. The first rule of acquisition offers us insights in how to approach contracts and agreements in our daily lives. It encourages us to be vigilant, understand the terms, avoid impulsive commitments, exercise caution in financial agreements, seek legal advice when necessary, be aware of our rights, and be willing to walk away when an agreement isn't in our best interest. These principles help us navigate the complex landscape of contractual relationships and make informed decisions that align with our goals and values. In the realm of investments, the first rule prompts us to make informed decisions and consider the risks involved. It's about being cautious and mindful of how we allocate our resources, whether it's in stocks, education, or personal growth. Investment is a crucial aspect of our financial lives, whether we're considering stocks, real estate, education, or personal growth. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, nudges us to approach investments with a blend of caution and strategic thinking. The first rule underscores the importance of making well-informed investment decisions. It encourages us to thoroughly research and understand the opportunities and risks associated with any investment. This includes analyzing factors such as historical performance, market trends, and potential future developments. A key principle of investment is diversification, spreading your investments across various assets to reduce risk. The rule promotes the idea that by diversifying your investments, you're less likely to face significant losses in case one investment performs poorly. Investments, especially those in financial markets, are often long-term ventures. The rule encourages us to take a patient, long-term perspective. Understanding that market fluctuations are common and short-term volatility should not lead to hasty decisions. Each individual has a different risk tolerance, meaning the amount of risk they're comfortable with. The first rule nudges us to understand our risk tolerance and invest accordingly. It's a reminder that investments should align with our financial goals and personal comfort levels. Investment isn't a one-time decision. It's an ongoing process. The rule emphasizes the importance of regularly monitoring our investments and being ready to adjust your portfolio as needed to stay on track with your financial objectives. The rule cautions against investments that promise quick and extravagant returns. It encourages us to be skeptical of schemes that appear too good to be true and to focus on solid, well-researched investment opportunities. The first rule of acquisition provides us with insights into how to approach investments and risk management in our lives. It encourages us to make informed investment choices, diversify our portfolio to mitigate risk, maintain a long-term perspective, identify our risk tolerance, actively monitor our investments, and be cautious of get-rich-quick schemes. By integrating these principles into our investment strategies, we can work towards building a financially secure future that aligns with our objectives and risk tolerance. This rule doesn't discourage generosity or charity, but reminds us to give thoughtfully. It encourages us to ensure that our contributions have a meaningful impact, rather than giving impulsively. Generosity is a fundamental aspect of our lives, and charitable giving plays a crucial role in making a positive impact on our world. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, while seemingly focused on profit, offers us insights into how we can approach generosity and charitable actions more thoughtfully. The rule doesn't discourage generosity, but prompts us to give thoughtfully. It encourages us to consider the impact of our contributions and ensure that they genuinely benefit the causes we support. This is about making a meaningful difference in the lives of others. Sometimes we're tempted to give impulsively, especially when faced with emotional appeals or urgent situations. The rule reminds us to take a step back and assess the credibility and effectiveness of charitable organizations and causes before giving. Generosity should align with your values and passions. The rule encourages you to support causes that resonate with your beliefs and principles. This way, your giving is not just a financial transaction, but an expression of your values. The rule emphasizes the importance of periodically evaluating the impact of your charitable contributions. It encourages you to assess whether your support is making a difference and whether the organizations you support are using your donations effectively. Generosity is not limited to financial contributions. It also includes giving your time, skills, and knowledge. The rule encourages us to explore volunteer opportunities and share our expertise to contribute to causes we care about. To maximize the impact of your generosity, the rule nudges you to think strategically. Consider supporting causes and organizations that have a track record of effectively using donations and delivering results. The first rule of acquisition provides us with insights into how to approach generosity and charitable giving more thoughtfully. It encourages us to give with purpose, avoid impulsive giving, align our giving with personal values, evaluate the impact of our contributions, explore volunteerism, and think strategically to make the most significant positive impact on the causes we support. By applying these principles, we can make our generosity more meaningful and contribute to positive change in our world. That reminds me, I need to contribute to the puppy food bank. Whether you're making a purchase or availing yourself of a service, the first rule reminds us to expect quality and good customer service in return for our money. It's about asserting our rights as consumers when expectations aren't met. Customer service is a vital aspect of our lives, whether we're purchasing a product or utilizing a service. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, underscores the importance of receiving value for your money and being satisfied with your purchases. The rule encourages us to have high standards for the products and services we pay for. It reminds us that when we exchange our hard-earned money, we should expect quality, value, and satisfaction in return. When your expectations aren't met, the first rule empowers you to assert your consumer rights. It's a reminder that as a paying customer, you have the right to demand what you've paid for, whether it's a working product, a service up to par, or fair treatment. Part of customer service is effective communication. The rule highlights the importance of communicating your needs, expectations, and concerns to service providers. It's about ensuring that your experience meets your standards. Sometimes, issues may arise with a product or service, and the rule encourages us to seek solutions rather than passively accepting disappointment. This could mean requesting a refund, asking for a replacement, or seeking a resolution to the problem. Good customer service is a two-way street. The rule emphasizes that businesses and service providers should focus on building trust and loyalty by delivering on their promises and ensuring customer satisfaction. Another aspect of customer service is providing feedback. The rule encourages you to leave constructive feedback when you've had a positive or negative experience. Your feedback can help improve the quality of products and services for others. The first rule of acquisition, when applied to customer service and satisfaction, reminds us to have high expectations for the products and services we purchase, assert our consumer rights, communicate effectively with service providers, seek solutions when dissatisfied, build trust and loyalty, and provide constructive feedback. These principles help us navigate the consumer world more effectively and encourage businesses to provide better service and value for their customers. In personal relationships, trust is essential. The rule suggests being cautious, but emphasizes the importance of trust building and reciprocation once trust is established. Trust is a cornerstone of our personal and professional relationships. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, suggests that once trust is established, it's valuable and should be reciprocated. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship. The first rule encourages us to focus on building trust in our interactions, whether in business or personal life. Trust is earned through consistency, reliability, and honesty. The first rule emphasizes trust should be a two-way street. Once trust is established, it should be reciprocated. Trust that is not reciprocated can lead to imbalances and strain in relationships. Honesty and transparency are fundamental in building trust. Whether in a business deal or a personal relationship, the rule encourages us to be forthright and transparent in our dealings. Hiding information or being deceptive can erode trust. Trusting your instincts is also a crucial aspect. The rule suggests that if something doesn't feel right, you should trust your gut and proceed with caution. Trust should be given and reciprocated, but it's not blind or naive. Sometimes trust can be broken. The rule reminds us that rebuilding trust, though challenging, is possible. It involves acknowledgement of the breach, taking corrective actions, and allowing time for trust to be restored. Trust is relevant in both business and personal relationships. The principles of trust, reliability, and reciprocity apply equally in professional and personal realms. The first rule of acquisition, when applied to trust and relationships, emphasizes the importance of building trust through honesty and transparency, maintaining reciprocity in trust, trusting your instincts, and recognizing that trust can be rebuilt when damaged. These principles foster healthy, balanced, and trustworthy relationships in both our personal and professional lives. Trust is a valuable asset that, when nurtured, can lead to fulfilling and successful interactions. The first rule can guide us in making better decisions, encouraging us to prioritize long-term value over short-term pleasures when it comes to financial choices. Decision-making is a constant in our lives, from financial choices to daily dilemmas. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, encourages us to approach our decisions with thoughtfulness and responsibility. The rule underscores the importance of making informed decisions. It nudges us to research, analyze, and understand the choices we make. Whether it's about financial investments, career moves, or even personal relationships, being well-informed is key. The first rule prompts us to think beyond immediate gains and focus on long-term value. It encourages us to consider how our choices today will impact our future. The principle applies to financial investments, personal goals, and everyday decisions. Decision-making often involves weighing the costs and benefits. The rule encourages us to consider not only the immediate costs or gains, but also the long-term consequences of our choices. Every decision should align with your personal values and life goals. The rule emphasizes the importance of understanding your values and ensuring that your choices reflect them. Ethical considerations are an essential part of decision-making. The rule encourages us to think about the ethical implications of our choices, ensuring that our decisions don't harm others or go against our moral principles. The rule recognizes that life is unpredictable. It encourages us to be flexible and adaptable in our decision-making, ready to adjust our choices when circumstances change. The first rule of acquisition, when applied to decision-making and prioritization, reminds us to make informed decisions, prioritize long-term values, evaluate costs and benefits, align choices with personal values and goals, consider ethical implications, and remain flexible in our decision-making. These principles guide us in making choices that lead to a more fulfilling and responsible life, ensuring that our decisions are well aligned with our objectives and values. Recognizing and not underselling your value is a critical aspect of the rule. This applies to various aspects of life, including your career and relationships. Recognizing your self-worth and value is fundamental in leading a fulfilling life. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, encourages us to acknowledge and uphold our value, both in personal and professional contexts. The rule reminds us to recognize our worth. This is about understanding our skills, talents, and unique qualities, which are valuable assets in various aspects of our life, from our career choices to our relationships. Self-worth is closely linked to self-respect and empowerment. It encourages us to respect ourselves and stand up for our rights and well-being. It's a reminder that you should not settle for less than you deserve in your professional or personal life. Recognizing your value is also about setting boundaries and being assertive when necessary. The rule encourages you to assert your boundaries in your interactions with others, ensuring that your needs and values are respected. Self-worth is closely tied to confidence and self-esteem. The rule nudges you to cultivate confidence in your abilities and maintain healthy self-esteem. This positive self-image enables you to pursue your goals and navigate challenges effectively. Understanding your self-worth allows you to pursue your passions and interests. It encourages you to seek opportunities and experiences that align with your passions, contributing to a more fulfilling life. In your professional life, the rule prompts you to recognize your skills and accomplishments. It discourages you from underselling yourself in your career and instead encourages you to pursue opportunities that reflect your true value. The first rule of acquisition, when applied to self-worth and value, is a reminder to acknowledge your worth, maintain self-respect and empowerment, establish boundaries, cultivate confidence and self-esteem, pursue your passions, and seek professional growth that aligns with your true value. These principles empower you to lead a more satisfying life, both personally and professionally, and ensure that your actions are consistent with your self-worth. Striking a balance between caution and calculated risk is crucial. The rule reminds us that life is not just about hoarding wealth, but also about enjoying it and taking well-informed chances. Finding a balance between caution and calculated risks while remaining adaptable is a valuable skill in navigating life's complexities. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, encourages us to achieve a harmonious equilibrium in our financial decisions and adapt to changing circumstances. The rule suggests that we should strike a balance between being cautious with our financial choices and being willing to take calculated risks. It's about making informed decisions without allowing fear to paralyze us from seizing opportunities. Financial decisions should consider both short-term and long-term objectives. The rule encourages us to plan for the future, making investments and choices that ensure our financial well-being down the road. While being future-focused is crucial, the rule also emphasizes the importance of enjoying the present. It suggests that life is not just about accumulating wealth, but about experiencing joy and fulfillment in the present moment. Life is unpredictable, and the rule recognizes the importance of adaptability and resilience. It encourages us to be flexible and ready to adjust our plans when circumstances change, ensuring that we can weather unexpected challenges. Sometimes unexpected opportunities arise, and the rule nudges us to be open to them. It's about seizing opportunities that may not align with your initial plans, but offer potential for growth and positive change. The rule underlines the significance of mindfulness in decision-making. Being mindful involves considering the implications of your choices and how they affect your overall well-being and life satisfaction. The first rule of acquisition, when applied to balance and flexibility, encourages us to strike a balance between caution and risk, plan for the future while enjoying the present, be adaptable and resilient, seize opportunities, and practice mindful decision-making. These principles help us navigate life's complexities with greater ease, ensuring that our financial and life decisions are well-rounded and responsive to changing circumstances. Applying the first rule ethically is paramount. This section highlights the importance of honesty and transparency, fairness and reciprocity, charitable giving, avoiding harm, environmental and social responsibility, and personal integrity in financial and life decisions. Ethical considerations play a vital role in our daily lives, shaping our behavior and interactions with others. The first rule of acquisition, once you have their money, never give it back, brings a unique perspective to ethical decision-making, highlighting the importance of fairness and responsibility. The rule places a strong emphasis on honesty and transparency in our dealings. It encourages us to be forthright and truthful in our financial transactions and relationships, ensuring that there's no deceit or hidden agendas. Fairness is a fundamental ethical principle. The rule prompts us to strive for fairness in our interactions, whether it's in business or personal life. It's about treating others as we would want to be treated and ensuring a sense of reciprocity. Charitable giving is an ethical choice, and the rule encourages us to ensure that our charitable actions are aligned with ethical principles. It's about making contributions that promote positive change and adhere to ethical standards. Ethical considerations also involve avoiding harm to others. The rule reminds us that our actions should not cause harm, and if unintentional harm occurs, we should take responsibility and make amends. Ethical decisions extend beyond our immediate interactions. The rule nudges us to consider our impact on the environment and society as a whole. It's about making choices that contribute to sustainability and social responsibility. The rule emphasizes that ethical behavior starts with personal integrity. It's about holding ourselves to high ethical standards and ensuring that our actions align with our moral principles. The first rule of acquisition, when applied to ethics, underscores the significance of honesty, fairness, charitable giving, avoiding harm, environmental and social responsibility, and personal integrity. These principles guide us in making ethical decisions that not only benefit us, but also contribute to a more just and responsible society. Ethical considerations are not only a reflection of our values, but also a driving force for positive change in the world. The first rule of acquisition, rather than being a rigid philosophy, is a multifaceted concept that encourages responsible, ethical, and thoughtful financial decision-making in our daily lives. It's a reminder that our actions should align with principles of fairness, honesty, and responsibility, not only in our financial dealings, but in all aspects of our lives. Our voyage into the world of the Ferengi and their first rule of acquisition has taken us to unexpected places, revealing valuable insights that transcend the pursuit of profit. As we reflect on our exploration, it becomes evident that this seemingly profit-driven rule can be a guiding star in the complex constellation of our lives. From financial responsibility to negotiating skills, contracts and agreements to investment strategies, generosity, and customer service, the first rule of acquisition challenges us to approach these aspects of our existence with wisdom, discernment, and ethical integrity. It nudges us to balance caution with calculated risk, embrace adaptability, and value trust in our relationships. In a world where values and principles often seem to blur in the chase for success, the first rule reminds us to stand firm in our convictions. It encourages us to understand our worth, assert our rights, and make decisions that reflect our personal and ethical values. The Ferengi culture, driven by their relentless pursuit of profit, ultimately delivers a message that transcends their fictional universe. It prompts us to consider the ethical, personal, and financial choices we make in our daily lives and encourages us to seek harmony in our pursuits. So, as we conclude this journey, remember that while we might not all live by the rules of acquisition, there's a remarkable wisdom to be found, even in the unlikeliest of places. The first rule is a reminder that in our quest for success and fulfillment, we can navigate the intricate cosmos of our lives with integrity, wisdom, and responsibility, ultimately making the universe a better place, one thought-provoking discussion at a time. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video informative and thought-provoking. This is the point at which others tell you, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content just like this. But we know that kind of thing is for losers. Don't be a loser. And as always, I welcome your feedback and ideas for future videos in the comments section below. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing your inner nude, dude.